is Valerie Cox. I am your instructor for your Math 100 web course this semester. This is going to be a web course mini term, so it's going to be kind of fast paced for all of us, but we're going to get through it and we'll be good in 8 weeks. A little bit about me. Here's my contact information. I'm in the Math Science building most of the time in room 130. That's my office number. My phone number, that's the easiest way, or my email, that's the easiest way to get in touch with me. I am the Star Institute director. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. So I work between both campuses. So email is probably the best practice for getting in touch with me. You can see I've got office hours, but sometimes I get pulled into meetings. Things happen. So email's great. And then I'm going to give you a texting option in just a few minutes. All right, some things I need you to do. And we need to do some of these things quickly. You need to log into Blackboard, and I want you to explore the course information tab. You've got everything that you need to get started in there. My syllabus is in there, the calendar, ways to get help, the college syllabus, a little different than mine. All of those things are under course information. You need to explore that tab and click through those things. The Blackboard orientation there is also there. You can get to it. Then explore the announcements tabs. I will be sending out announcements frequently. This is an 8-week course. Normally in a normal course I send out at least one a week. You're probably going to get 2, maybe 3 announcements from me each week, just trying to keep you on track so we can get finished in this 8 weeks. So watch those announcements. Usually I also tag them to send as emails as well. Also the content tab. This is where your course material is located. So that's where your videos, the workbook pages, any notes that I've got in there. I have some notes from some older classes in there. Those are housed under content. So when you're ready to get into the course and work on homework and things like that, you'll find the content that you need under that tab. We're going to be using alex.com or Alex for our homework tool. I'll talk more about that in a little while. The textbook we're using, I use a workbook with the Alex code, so I don't make you buy a textbook. The workbook, I have old videos, I say old, they're like 3 years old, with a workbook that we used then. So don't buy the workbook, just buy the Alex code if you don't already have a code. And if you are interested in getting a workbook, I have some copies of them. If you want to come by my office, get in touch with me and I can get with you on either campus and get those to you if you're local. If not, I've got workbook pages on Blackboard if you wanted to print them off, or you just follow along with the videos and write down the problems. Alex, though, is required. You need to buy the Alex software. You can get that from the bookstore. You can also get it from alex.com. When you go to register, you could have an option if you have a credit card and you want to buy that code through their website, you can do so. The course code, I've given you the course code. You won't need that, though. If you log in through Blackboard, you won't need it. So I want you logging in through Blackboard, so you really won't need that course code, but just in case, I always put it on here. My grading plan, we're going to do 30% in homework. That's going to be 30% of your grade. We're going to have 4 chapter exams. That's going to be, they're 10% each, so that's 40% total, and then we have a final exam that counts 30%. Your grading scale is the normal grading scale across campus. You can read through that. Attendance policy. In this first week, I've got specific things that you have to do to log in for your attendance. One of those is, the biggest thing is to complete the initial knowledge check in Alex. I have all of this listed in the first announcement in Blackboard, so go through that first announcement. Those are all the things that you need to be working on. Some of them are required for attendance, and they say required if they are. So if you have not done the required activities, you'll be marked absent for that first week. If you're on financial aid, that could impact your financial aid, so let's get those tasks completed. After that, I usually look at how many hours you spend in Alex. I want you to spend at least 5 hours a week in Alex working on homework. Since this is a mini-term class, I think you're going to spend longer than 5 hours working on homework because we're going to need to get that done, and there's a lot of coursework to get done. Makeup policy. It's important that you stay in touch with me. If you have to miss any deadline, you need to text me, you need to email me promptly. I know things happen, life happens, people get sick, people go in the hospital. You've got to get with me if you want to be able to make up any of the coursework. Communication is the key. Get in touch with me. Where can you get help? I've got multiple places that you can go for help. If you are local, you can go to on the Decatur campus. We have math labs located on both campuses. So Decatur campus, you've got the math lab in the math science building. Huntsville, you've got it in the new building. That shouldn't say room 133. This is going to be in the new building. On the main floor, in the middle of the building, is the math lab in Huntsville. I also have Star Institute. I'm the director of Star Institute, and it's where we facilitate all of our tutoring across campus as far as all subject areas, not just math. But you can make appointments with Star Institute. So one-on-one appointments, you can make those in Decatur or you can make those in Huntsville. You'll sit with a tutor, you have questions, things like that. I'm your first line of defense with questions, but if you want to do a schedule of one-on-one, then by all means do that, especially if you're local. You can visit our website. We have a website on the Calhoun website. I've got a better address on the next page, but you can see our hours, 8 to 8. It says 5:30. Right now we're housed in the math lab, so we're open till 8 in Decatur as far as scheduling a one-on-one. Then in Huntsville, I've opened a brand spanking new space. It's beautiful. We're open also 8 to 8 over there, and then 8 to 11:45 on Mondays. Saturdays, if you need a Saturday appointment, get with me and I can try and work that out with one of my tutors. But you can visit calhoun.edu/star. This is going to have a video on how to make appointments. And I'll just tell you, if you go to your My Calhoun page, if you go to your My Calhoun portal, look for the Tutor Track button on the left-hand side, and if you click on the Tutor Track button, that will that's how you log in and that's how you make an appointment. You can choose where you want to be and a specific tutor if you know them, or just you can see the tutor list and just schedule an appointment that way. Academic integrity. In this course, it's an online course, so you're doing a lot of the work on your own. You are at home, you're in your pajamas, I don't know. You are working in the evenings, on the weekends. That's the nature of an online class, and I believe that's why you're probably taking it, for the flexibility. But remember, we still have to have academic integrity in an online course. I do not have you do video proctoring when you take your exams, your chapter exams when you're at home. I'm relying on you to have that academic integrity. So here's my policy. You can read through it. I want you to send me a paragraph that tells me a little bit about what you think about that integrity policy and what it means to you. It doesn't have to be a long paragraph. Just email me, read through it, and let me know, if you think it's fair, if you think it's not fair, what you think about it. Now, I will have you come in. Never mind. I'm not having you come in. All right, so this is the mini term. I'm thinking about my 98 class. So all your tests are online, and I just expect you to be honest and to take those yourself. Withdrawal policy, the last day to be able to withdraw for this mini term is October 1st, so keep that in mind. I will keep you updated on that. I have a feeling that as long as you do the things and you meet the deadlines I have for you, we're going to get through it just fine. All right, Alex is the software tool that we use for this course, and we also use it for our 98 course. So if you took 98 and you had Alex for that 98 course, your code is probably still good. If you will get with me, I can look it up and double check that, but that code will still be good, and you can use your login credentials that you had for that. If you can't remember those, we can figure out how to recover them. If you log in through Blackboard, it'll ask you for that username and password so that it verifies that you have a good code. If you're a new user, you'll complete a registration process. It asks for your name, email, the normal kinds of things, and then you will get registered in. Alex is an adaptive system, so that means when you go through the homework, you're not going to just work one homework problem. You are going to work homework problems multiple times in order to earn them for your PI. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. But when you first get in, you're going to take an initial knowledge check. So if you have any prior knowledge coming into this course, if you've had algebra before, you may get some of those questions right in that initial knowledge check, and you're going to get credit for those. So that's going to go into your homework as credit already. So take that knowledge check seriously when you get to it, and don't procrastinate when you are working in Alex, because Alex can be time consuming. So how to log in Alex, I've got the instructions in the announcement page. There's a link that'll pull up a PDF on how to log in. If you go ahead and click on the Alex homework button, it's pretty self-explanatory, going through and logging in. You will not need the course code if you log in through Blackboard. Alright, so when you log in through Alex, you're going to get a tools tutorial first. So you're going to do a tools tutorial. And that's going to tell you how to enter answers. So, you know, how to put in exponents, how to graph. That's a big thing on the computer. So go through that tools tutorial, and then you'll get put into the initial knowledge check, which I want you to take seriously. Get you some scratch paper, you know, work it. And what you know, what you don't, because those are topics that we're covering through the semester. Once you finish the next initial knowledge check, here is your pie. Your pie will look something like this. It may have one topic in there. It may have 10. Who knows? It just depends on what you're coming into the class knowing already. So don't feel discouraged if you have one topic. If you have no topics, you're going to learn them over the next 8 weeks. So in the pie, you can see it's color coded by chapter. So one slice of pie generally is a chapter in the course, and as you go through the course, you're going to fill in this pie and make it darker, and by the end of the course, this is going to be a nicely darkened pie with pretty colors, and that means that you have completed the homework in the course. You can see over here it lists the colors of the pie and what they represent, you know, what chapter they represent. Alright, once you get through, and it's going to go through and kind of explain some things about your pie, you'll go to your Start My Path page. Once you've been in and you've worked homework, it'll say Continue My Path. But you click on this button, and that's how you get into homework. Also, information on here tells you the section that you're going to be working on. You can see the chapter, you can see how many topics that you've done so far, and the due date. Once you start, you're going to get an explain page, which is like a page out of the book. It shows an example, shows how to work the example, and then you'll see some tools over here. These tools are also in the actual homework problems that you're going to do. The first one up there is a video. You could watch a video on how to work that problem. You could look at a page in the textbook. That's that next one. The next one is a dictionary. If you don't understand a word, you can look it up in the dictionary. This is the email, and if you send the email, that comes to me, and it'll send me the exact problem that you're working on, and I can email you back. The print, if you want to print off that page, you can print off that page as well. And then when you're ready to start on your own homework problem, you click the Start button, and then you'll go to your own homework problem. And then you'll work through them. Now, so the email is a good way to send me those problems when you have questions, but here's how else you can get a hold of me. So you can email me through Alex. That'll come to my email, and I can reply to you on how to work problems. We can do some review sessions if you want to do some review sessions. I can do review sessions on campus. If you want to come by my office, I can answer questions that way. I can try and do some Skype. Since this is an online class, we could do some Skype, or I could try and do a FaceTime with your cell phone. We could try and do that. The other way is to join Remind, and the directions are in that announcement page. On Remind, you can text me your questions, and so what a lot of students do is students will just send me a picture of their work. So you're working a problem, you take a picture of it, you snap it, you send it to me through Remind, and then if I'm sitting at home watching a ball game or watching TV, binge watching some series on Netflix, I keep a pad of paper and a pencil on my coffee table, and so I'll write out, what you're doing wrong, if I can catch what you're doing wrong, or how to get started, and then I'll take a picture and send it back to you. And I found that works really, really well. I'm available in the evenings, I'm available on the weekends, and I'll let you know in an announcement if something's going on, and I'll be out of pocket for a little while, but for the most part, I'm pretty accessible. So I want you to use the tools that I'm giving you so that we can get through this. This is going to be a really fast-paced course. I know I've said that a million times and you're sick of hearing that, but 8 weeks is very fast, so it's going to go by quickly, and so I I don't want you to get behind because it's going to be very easy to get behind very quickly. So I'm going to try and stay on top of it. I want you to stay on top of it. Email me, text me, um, and I'm here to help you, and we're going to get through it. It's going to be a great 8 weeks. Y'all have a great day.